Well, welcome back to the channel. We're almost back. A little bit late with the whole setting up. So yeah, bear with me for a minute. So the very first hand we get in the home game, double paired 8s and 5s, not the worst start. Alright. Let's see. Oh, we got Vertinsky and Vex money on our table. Two peeps I keep transferring money to on a regular basis, i.e. they make deep runs quite a bit. Alright. Okay. I haven't even sent out a tweet yet, or anything, really. River a flush. Just gonna check, I guess. Check call. Well, yeah, probably. Goes for the pot, huh? Alright. Be hilarious if he finds a raise and does have. Yes, outpipped by 1. How nasty is that? Let that not be a sign of things to come. Because we do have a $55 KO happening later today. Right.
Lily?
All right, and turns out she's a lily. I like the name Pepper. Just doesn't roll off the tongue. And I'm sure she'll make an extended appearance today. Because it's about time for a second play date of today. Hang on, let's see if I can. Wait, why was that better to yesterday? Let me check. Yeah, I need to check something. So, bets 8 BB, we have a top pair and a backdoor flush draw. This is kind of sad, to be honest. It is kind of an ugly spot. It felt a little bit too needy to fold. For what it's worth, I kind of prefer it. To fold, that is. But we turn 2 pair. 1 BB. Well, for 1 BB into 38 BB, I'll take the king on the river. That'd be swell. Actually, yeah, no, I'll take the king. Right. So last order of business, sending out the tweet. And now he's gonna bomb the river. No? Checks it. And we're losing against the what now? Oh, the white. Wow. Let's go with lag. Right. I didn't even do the traditional intro, did I? Well, welcome back to the channel. My name is NutRaisin. We shall be playing. Oh, that's gonna happen a lot today. That we are off into going. Oh, because she's sitting right there. Hang on. Grooming herself. Oh. Well. Top 2, you say. And the open ender. All right. Loris, PLO. Hey, hey, hey. Good to see you. No, the first hand cheating. Oh, boy. I'm sorry to hear that. Welcome back. All right. So that's that done. That's the tweet sent out. And slowly I'll be able to start to focus. But oh, shit. You were. So you didn't see any of the action there for a minute. I apologize. Twitch noob. Uncle Schnitzel in the house. Welcome back, sir. So let me try to figure out why you can't see the desk today. Oh, there it is. All right. All right. Cool. So today she went exploring. She actually went exploring downstairs. We did leave the dog outside in the yard because she still needs to get used to that big dog. And yeah, that way she had a chance to explore the house a little bit on an uninterrupted basis, I guess. And she snuggled up to me and spent an hour sleeping, like basically in my arms. And man, I melted a little. Right. But it's not just all about Lily the cat, or Lily the kitten, rather. There will be some PLO happening. We got the home game tournament on right now. What you win this? Oh, the 7 high straight. All right. And there is going to be a $55 KO tournament happening in half an hour. I'm very much looking forward to that. Also, its little brother, the $5.50 one. Stop teasing. Oh God. Der Alte posting about it on the Discord as well. He's saying, knocking Chi-Ching out in the first hand of the home game is my greatest result ever. Love that I got to write, hi Chi-Ching, I'm gonna KO you seconds before the end. Now I should have read that message anonymously and then post the question to you like, who does that sound like? Who opens the day with a tease or a needle? Yes, you got it right, it's der Alte. Ilaria, hey, welcome back. Right, so let me rack the tournaments on party for today. Only 2, I think. Yeah. I think I lasted 6 hand. Oh. Yeah, I can only see me. That was not intentional. Oh. Yeah, she's busy grooming herself. She is a very intense groomer. Thanks for the good luck, TVB. Welcome back. Saying nice to see you with the new kitty. Thank you. I told myself I'd give myself a year after my older one passed. 2 weeks later, I had 2 more. I know how it is. It just leaves a hole in your heart, and the best way to fix it, the best way to fill it is to get the next kitty. And I'm sure, you know, the old kitty, the previous kitty, if she looks down upon you and your life, she's gonna be happy that there's another cat who's gonna have as great a life as she did, as great a home as she did. So that's my thinking about it. As Tono, welcome back. Yes, turns out she is a Lily. I really like the name Pepper, but it just doesn't roll off the tongue. It's not too fun to say. It's not too fun to, you know, whisper to her or anything. And yeah, just doesn't roll off the tongue, I guess. So Lily it is. Oh, right now she's a sleepy Lily. Well, it was exciting stuff to explore the house a little. Lily it is. Yeah. I also came up with Esme, short for Esmeralda, but it kind of sounds like, you know, she's going to be a name like that could be the butt of many jokes. Let me phrase it like that. That was rather cleverly done. Yeah, just the ass part and Esme. I think she might get teased by the other kitties, by the bilingual kitties in the neighborhood. Braceman? Oh, Braceman, you were the one who's saying cutie. Welcome back, Brace. I didn't even see the nick there. Good. Ah, she is. Man, she slept an hour in my arms today, and whenever something strange happens, either she goes back to her corner or she comes to me. So she's perfect, man. All right. As I said, not all about the kitty. Some poker as well. Right now in the home game, not much happened that needed commenting from my end, I believe. I did rack the $55 and the $5.50. Those should come up in 17 minutes, to be exact. This is pretty close. This guy's sitting out. This guy's short. Maybe. Because this shorty, yeah, I was kind of hoping we might get her to heads up. And flopping quads is pretty cool. Also gonna bet here. Because why not? That's why I never bet there. No, I actually don't mind. Also, I would bet here with, you know, aces. Something like ace 10-10-9 double suited, stuff like that. Ah, I couldn't even show my quads. Right. Let's play some cash games then. I think yesterday we managed to make a small profit in the cash games. So there was that. 9 entries right now, but we have 6 at PLO 20, but we have 64 at PLO 10, 36 at PLO 50. And how's No Limit looking? Oh, how No Limit is looking kind of varied today. I'm just going to show you. That's very neat. We have some serious action at PLO at No Limit 50, excuse me. And 2 in the waiting list are possibly playing heads up at NL 100 and NL 200. That's very nice. Good for run at once. And we're sitting on our first PLO 20 table. Sleeping a little, napping. All right. Oh, wait. Let's not have a close-up of me the whole time again. You're right. Ching, I don't know, man. I think you should go to HR. Yeah, cheers, Timmy. There's a German comedian, German old school comedian or satirist, I guess. He was a lifelong fan of pugs, of the dog breed pugs. And he said, like freely translated, a life without pugs is possible, but senseless. And, you know, exchanging pugs for cats, then you know how I feel about it. Can't really do much here, especially not with the 2 peeps behind. Really, is Toto. Hey, I'm glad you like Lily. My daughter was almost a Lily, and my niece is an Esme. Nice. You know, it's not a problem with native English speakers. They just pronounce it Esme, and that's fine. But yeah, outside of the English-speaking world, it might not be the best name. Although I do like it, and it's a Terry Pratchett name, and I'm a huge fan of his. So, but yeah, in the end, she just comes across as a Lily. Right. So, 2 PLO 20 tables. No doubt, or let's see how the action is going to be today. Yesterday was pretty sweet all in all. I like the name Esme, for the record, as to know. It's very nice. Is it short for Esmeralda as well? Probably not, right? That name is might be a bit old-fashioned right now. Queen 5 deuce, maybe. And there's something happening in the home game where we had how many original entries today? 31, nice. Alright, checking here sounds good to me. And this is interesting. Pair, open-ender, and a nut flush draw. Yeah, we're going with this, for sure. Home game, I think that he took it down here. Alright. On the queen... I guess we're gonna check. Well, we make 2 pair for what it's worth. Not worth enough, apparently. Over here, queens and 5s means we're not folding to a 3-bet. Be unfortunate if this guy re-squeezes, but I doubt it. On the monotone board, the excellent blockers not really doing much for us. Heads up, maybe we could get a move on, but yeah, as is, we're just gonna let it be. And have to give that one up in the home game as well. Off the bar, welcome back, sir. It is going quite nicely. Kitty had a big day, was exploring the house. She spent an hour or more than one sleeping snuggled up to me, so life is great. Hope the weekend is starting in a similarly nice fashion for you, off the bar. Top pair, gutter. Make the top pair open-ender. Well, middle pair open-ender at this point. Think we take this down at a reasonable frequency, given the action, and we do. Nee, schlaf nur weiter. Schlaf nur weiter. Oh. Cheers to the good lucks. Off the bar. Looks we have an all-in the home game. Vertinsky, haven't nursed a short stack for quite a while. Goes for it now. Speaking of going for it. He's not gonna like that he gets an additional caller. Good luck, Vertinsky. 6. Yeah, money's gonna go in. Certainly not the worst turn. Could imagine plenty worse. We do block King 10. Dude, really? I just said we blocked that hand. How dare you? Alright. Now we have a new gentleman's name I haven't seen, a nick I haven't seen before. Flamingo 900. Alright. Does make you wonder what happened to the other 899 flamingos. I thought the hearts, I wouldn't mind going for pot, but let's keep it kind of small. Turning 2 pair. No heart though. It is short for Esmeralda. All right, nice. I don't know. You're supposed to be aggressive in poker, right? That's tough to do when you're looking at. It's a little bit short. Oh. That's fine. Hang on. Okay. Now, of course, she woke up. But imagine her just lying there sleeping and trying to be aggressive out about pot and PLO. Have to do. Jesus Christ, that was way harder to do than I thought. All right. Now, the Poker Fool, welcome back to Chumanchu in the channel as well. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for the good lucks. Yeah, I admit it. I was pandering. I was pandering to the kitty-loving crowd. It's the internet, right? You're supposed to use a kitty to get clicks and stuff like that, I guess. Pot measures. Thanks for the stream. I've just run a test stream. Getting the hang of it. Nice, man. Happy to hear it. Yeah, I think the easiest solution tomorrow is going to be to install a second webcam. I do have one lying around. I just didn't get around to install it today. Right. Let's raise this up. Actually concentrate on poker a little bit as well. Double paired aces. Make it pretty easy to concentrate. And pretty easy to take it down, apparently. Hey, thank you for the good luck, Silaria. Welcome back. Oh, I did off the bar. I did enjoy it immensely. Another poker full, you're on my table. Are you, by any chance, the flamingo? I'm not entirely sure. I think you might be. Right, of course you don't get a label. All right, in the meanwhile, over here. Damn it, I almost folded. Didn't like the bet on the king, queen, queen, king. Yeah, didn't really think about it too much. So it's good to get all of the weird bets out of my system now before the $55 KO kicks off, right? Right, checking here, turning a top pair, Peter top. Checks. And here we river a set and a straight, making this weird. Actually, not so weird because he checked the flop at the turn. So I don't see how we beat. I think we split this at some frequency. Did after 9-10. Well, good for you. We did take it down in the home game with the pot size bet on the ace turn. Yeah, the kitty cam I tried. cares about NutRaisin? Yeah, I understand. Believe me, I understand. Ooh. He's a sleepy Lily right now. Right. You lost all defense to the kitty. Hey, I understand. I lost my heart to the kitty as well in really short order. Do turn the straight here. Interesting. Probably potting it. Kind of borderline to call, I guess, from his end. Not entirely sure. Wait, where's my other tournament? Because the $55 just kicked off. Don't bother the kid. Oh yeah, right. Clicking that I register me please button is probably gonna fix that issue. There you go. So here's the deal. On table 1 we have the home game. We're in the middle of the pack, not doing too bad. We're actually a little above the starting stack. Over here we have the $55 KO. Ooh, love me a KO tournament. Which ones did we have? Damn it, they keep all of us the millions thing, right? Right. Give it a green felt. Here, oh, well, if you're sitting out, then sure, I'll take it. So, spot 2, the $55 power. Spot 3, the $5.50. And then we have 2 cash games on spot 4 and spot 5. You're the guy who talks the most. Oh, yeah, right. I remember because I approved your application. It sounds so high and mighty, but it's just the way it works on stars. With the home game club. There you go. Got some spots here. We turn the top pair. I guess we just check, go for maybe 1 street of value. Get caught by an ace 10. Or even an ace 9, ace 8 for that matter, maybe. Perfect. Let's see what he had. Be hilarious if he had one of those 2 hands. Maybe check. Sure, check again. He had the ace 10. He really did have the ace 10. Neat. Right, here, I'm checking it down, I guess. Looks like we're still good. And we're off. We have a nice hand here, and we certainly have a nice starting hand here in the $55. We don't know about this guy. Very active pre, huh? All right. And I just checked today. I checked up on the bankroll. Hang on, before I finish that thought. And we're definitely more than rolled for PLO 50 at this point. I'm still gonna take it easy when it comes to taking shots. Because I do want to get more study time in. Before we make a run and take a run at it. Checking here, sounds alright. Turning a pair, better than nothing, I guess. And here, I actually think we might need to let it be. River, 2 pair. A single bounty worth $13.75. That's, I could get used to that. Not much to do on this board, however. Your foresight, yeah, I figured it out. Once you said I'm the one who talks so much, then there's basically only one person talking a lot on this table. Cheers, though. Nice of you to say. Wow, the $55 power sees 84 entries right now. This might be a big one. Jeez. Not bad. 550 version. We have Cookie here. We played with him a little bit. Oh, I think we played with him yesterday, matter of fact. Yeah. Not much joy on this board. Take it down here, however. And have an interesting flop down here. Pair, backdoor flush draws, and front door flush draw. Goes for the pot, huh? Wow. Look at you, sleepy dude, waking up. Two pair, two flush draws makes this curious. Well, well, well. We have the nuts. Oh, here we're gonna squeeze. We take it down on the cash game table, do not get called. Who's Flamingo? He's ruining my party. I don't know, Flamingo's new. Can't quite recall the name, to be honest. Just got one. Oh, shit, Bracer. One outed is... Well, don't really need to end the sentence, do I? That is horrible. Jeez. Interesting turn. Oh, man. Cheers off the bar for making that clip in the command. Over here. What do we do? Oh, this guy's all in. Well, shit. So the 6, I really don't see what it changes. Gonna be interesting to see what we do here. Why are these two peeps so deep? Why is everybody so deep? Is this a deep tournament? No. Well, good for you guys. And good for me down here. I'm gonna bet a 2. Here, he has the straight, which is fine. This guy leads. This guy leads, really. Take it down with a set of 5s on the PLO 20 table. Deals to Savion. Or Deals de Savion, maybe? I have a feeling I should be pronounced it as French. Thank you very much for the follow. Well, that's too bad. That was a quick $55. No, $5.50. Did have the 6 flush draw was live. I don't know. What won him the pot was the fact that he led it. You don't see that all that often. NutRaisin, something is blocking the stream. Pokefool, I'm not sure what you mean. Must be my stack at the home game. Not bad. I don't know, maybe try refreshing. I mean, I did have a little bit of a frame loss there. A couple of, like in the recent past, I did notice that. But it should be fine. It's weekend. I'm on top of the world, right? Rightly so. Happy weekend, everyone. Guess I can actually tilt the camera up for now, because today she is sleeping on the table, but she's sleeping in a spot where the camera won't reach. But yeah, I didn't get around to do it today. Tomorrow I'll have a dedicated kitty table cam. Oh, we are short. That's good to know. I would play like a king 8, king 6, pretty much like this. Phew. Actually, we did have the best hand, didn't we? Where's the thingy? 7-5, yeah. So he flopped the open ender. In the big one, in the $55, we get aces. Currently, well, technically and practically do cover this guy. And then the second bullet here, we turn a flush. I called for 1BB with a open ender and a flush draw. I guess we do call again for now. And here, I guess just checking. It's 1.5, all right. Pretty decent turn here. Now we do get raised, so we're done with this hand. Okay, calling suits me fine. Auf der Bar. Any non-sub who takes out the Alte gets a gifted sub. Magivara, thank you very much for the follow. Cheers. Again, just checking here. It's actually, I think, again, when we lost the first bullet here, a couple of notes about that hand. I don't think raising pre did anything good for us out of position. Sure, the other guy was all in, but with the bounty, but it means that nobody's going to fold for 3-4 BB more. So that's one note about the hand, and the other one, yeah, that would have changed the whole dynamic of the hand. That would have meant we wouldn't have gone broke on this board. And the other one is that folding is still a very, very, very viable option, I guess. Yeah, so I don't know what I was thinking about here. Get raised down here. Certainly calling. Der Alte sitting on a 20k stack? What? Go, der Alte. Take it down, man. Nice. Yeah, for those of you just joining, it is Friday, which means it is home game day. The play money free roll, €6 prize pool I put up every week. I know it's nothing crazy, but it's supposed to be fun. And there's a €1 bounty on my head as well. And right now I'm at risk to everyone on this table. Everybody in a position to get my bounty, which does change the dynamic. Babs Poker, hey, shout out to you. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for the good lucks, and right back at you. Greetings to Canada. the favorite place, except for, you know, Germany being my my home, but pretty much the favorite place I've ever lived in. You got a nice thing going up there. Or over there, I guess. Actually, down there. I checked and I was kind of freaked out that Montreal, which is where I stayed close to, is further south than Germany, than pretty much all of Germany. Just weird. Forza saying, let's go. Oh, you might not like it. You might not like it. Might have to double the reward. Long tank. Well, no need for us to tank long. And calling here. With a pair and a flush draw. Hope he has something like ace queen. That'd be pretty sweet. Although I kind of doubt it. And down here, no joy in the end. Nah, I don't really see the point in betting now. Only hashtag luckbots. Luckbox, aka NutRaisin, can stop me. I'll try to show. Just don't have time to type. Got moved to a new table. What's the situation here? The situation is we cover no one right now. I have a big stack to our right. That's where they belong. Rather have them there than to my left. Oh, hello. Hello. We do take it down on the $55 KO. That's pretty nice. Thinking about, like, should I lead this one? I block quite a big part of the calling ranges. Block the top pair. I block the nut. Oh, no, I don't block the nut flush draw. I do have a flush draw, but it's not ace high. Duh. Yeah, I guess then I can bet. Oh, well. But yeah, I also have that 5 blocking wraps just a tiny little bit. So I guess the check is fine. Go for the bet fold. Or, hang on. Let's not. Let's go for the check call. There's stuff you can bluff, like, you know, 10s, jacks, or even just a-10, a-jack. Which is never going to call once we bet. In the home game, nope. This hand has to take place without us. Wow, river jacks. Nice one. Triple suited, but there's one guy sitting out, so yeah, sure. And here we're going to call closing the action. Flopping a middle pair, gutter, backdoor flush. Ooh, hang on. In the $5.50. So what are we up against? We're up against a small blind who, if he hits his board, has, I guess, like stuff like Jack 10 a little bit more often, or good deal more often than, say, 6-7. The big blind could have it, but big blind checks. Here we folded. And what a beautiful turn. She actually kind of disliked the fold, not because of the turn, but we have a backdoor flush draw. We do have the king. Yeah, with the king of diamonds, I think it's certainly fine to call. Oh well. Here, I guess we're checking that. And here we make a flush. which is neat. Take it down. And here we're going to call. Does have it though. This is pretty sweet. Gonna raise it up in the home game. The Montreal, they speak French. I guess checking sounds alright. Here we get a call, flush rolls off on the end. Make the two pair. Gentleman leads out really small. What the hell? I'm gonna check behind. I think we're good, but sometimes we're up against, wow, the top set. The raise took it down, which is sweet. I guess good check by us. I guess so, on the button is probably alright. Now with the pot being, having two people voluntarily enter the hand, chance of one of these guys squeezing goes down quite a bit, I would say. And we flop interesting. Here we're just gonna call. Oh, hello Nuts. That's an unexpected pleasure. Nice to see you. Got our flush draw, sorry, here. But actually the same is true here. Ooh, Nuts in the $55 one. That's sweet. And here, well, speaking about Nuts. You do the what now? Can he have a better hand? No. All right. There's going to be a lot of table switching here for a moment. We got this going on. We got this going on. And here we have the Nuts yet again. I'm going to check them now. Take it down on in the home game. He calls and we split it up, right? Yeah, I didn't mess up there. Cool. Good on him for just calling, saving both of us some rake. Is the late rack still open? I don't know. I don't think so. Not an attorney. Not in the home game. It's only good for 10 minutes and I can't change it. I would love, I really wouldn't mind late rack being up longer. But I have found a way to do it. Nut flush in both KO tournaments, don't get called in either. She's just hugging the cup. She is still a very tiny thing. And with the extra money in the middle, sure, let's call. Otherwise, just a fold in the small blind. But I would assume the two big blinds extra make enough of a difference here. I see one. Welcome back. How's it going, mate? Was denn auf? Oh. And I have to watch my beverages around her. Today her entire head disappeared into my teacup, my NutRaisin cup. And she also, before I could take it away, I had a tiny sip of coffee. So, maybe at heart she is a Garfield. I'll figure out how she feels about Mondays. It's a decent hand. Also a decent enough hand to defend should the small blind open. Sadly it is, Babs Poker. It's only good for 10 minutes, the late rack. 2K followers around the corner. Right. With Mugiwara and Dio de Savion, maybe? Still not sure if I should be pronouncing it in French. Following, we're on the three of the 2K mark, which is a bit insane. Here, I'm gonna check 4 ways without a diamond, I think. Yeah, probably. Over here, check-in, sounds alright. If they all check again, 6 pairs. Interesting. And here we're going for it, going with it rather. Yeah, let's pot it here. We do take it down to $55, I believe. Yes, sir. That's a very pleasant flop. We got a bunch of those right now. Our bounty is at risk. Good luck, everybody. Take it down on into $55 as well. And down here we flop top and bottom. Get a call. Very nice turn, giving us the nut flush draw. And here, what are we up against? Oh, that's a light call. You need a 5 right now? No. Nice hand. So Vex Money getting the bounty today. Hang on. Checking here. Sounds good. Betting pot down here. And that is a card I intend to bet on. Do we take it down? No, we don't. Already called it. Did he have the deuce? Oh shit, so he had nothing until then. And made the straight in the end. That's unfortunate. It was kind of good to bluff. We had both 8s blocking, 9-8. And we also had the king blocking the very hand he ended up showing up with. It's unfortunate. Marcos, please accept me in the home game. Yes, I will. Hang on. Oh yeah, just got your email. Will do. Hey, cheers for joining. Unfortunately, the late rack is only 10 minutes. Can't change it right now at all, apparently. And yeah, I have to wait a week to play with us, but I'm looking forward to it. We bet here, certainly c-betting this one. Yeah, I guess so. Perfect. What was I gonna do? Accept you the home game, right? That's what I was gonna do. Consider yourself accepted. Thanks, man. Looking forward to playing with you. Delta up to 7th. Nice. All right, that's the other thing I was gonna do. Note down that Vex Money got the bounty on us. Okay. By the way, if any of you is ever transferring money, like if you're American, Canadian, or something, you ever need to transfer money into Europe or something, and you want to avoid fees, check out. And no, there's no like strings attached. There's no affiliate link or anything for this. It's just something that I've figured out recently. Check out a service called TransferWise. Like somebody bought action in one of the terminal packages of mine and was from the US. So, it's a pain in the ass to get money, move money internationally from the US with the low fees. And I think he paid like $5 for roughly 170 euros, $170, excuse me. And he also said that was because he used a certain credit card to fund this transfer. Had he not used the credit card, it would have been like $1.70 or something in fees. So that's like, what, 1%? So long story short, if you ever need to move money internationally and want to avoid fees, check out TransferWise. It seems to be all right. I was a little bit surprised by the whole setup deal. Like these days, if you set up on PayPal or much better, I assume, or Skrill or wherever, you need to send in like a utility bill and a picture of your ID, which is not necessarily totally legal for Germans, taking a picture of your ID, but that's a different story, doesn't matter. Anywho, didn't need to do any of that there. And they actually put the money there. I connected it to my bank account. Didn't need to do anything about that either. Just like enter the info of my bank account. And they actually put it directly into my bank account as well, the transfer. So kind of weird. It kind of feels a bit sketchy. The site on the whole does not at all. But just the fact that I didn't have to verify anything, kind of freaky, if you ask me. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Much Better is a recent addition to the small market of payment processors who have slightly low. I think I didn't check out the fees of. She's dreaming. She's chasing something. Legs twitching. Yeah, I never really checked out the fees of Much Better, but it's in the name. They are claiming they're much better. So there's that. No joy here in the sport. Punja, nice to see you back, sir. We're the North Korea of poker. That's pretty good. Right, so, going back to that hand in the $55 where we lost a few chips, I really don't mind. I think it is a nice spot to bluff. Like, even if he has a deuce, that 10, that run out is not going to be all that amazing for him. Unfortunately, he showed up with this hand. All right. And we're back. Not suited to the king and triple suited. I think I'll let this one just let it be. Ah, something fell down and woke her up. So yeah, you can probably tell by the way, like how I'm grinning like an idiot every once in a while, that I'm having a whale of the time with the new kitty, with Lily. She actually talked me into a nap this afternoon, which is no small feat. I don't like naps, because my main issue with naps is that I need to wake up twice in a day. And doing it once is kind of a hassle enough for me. But yeah, once she snuggled up, I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is my fate now. I'm staying here. I'm not going to leave this spot. And I didn't for over an hour. It was wonderful. Yeah, I can't face that heat with this hand. That's asking a tiny bit too much of that poor 4-card combo. I'd rather have them take a pick of me than have them not ask anything. I tend to agree. I need to read up on that part, why they don't verify. Actually, I'm gonna write them an email. The service looks legit, and they. What is appealing is that the money didn't land on the site. They put it directly in my bank account, so fair enough. I had no problems with much better. Oh yeah, I'm not saying, I don't even think many poker sites use TransferWise. I haven't paid much attention. Just if you need to move money internationally to other people, just want to throw it out there that it might be of interest to some of you. We're in an ugly spot in the second. Here we're just gonna check, I guess. Well, too late. We're in a weird spot here, pretty sad spot. We just completed pre-flop, and then this guy decided to raise. Everybody called, and I was like, oh, okay. Now we have 2 pair and a flush draw, I guess. Ooh, that's interesting. Screw you. That's my evil laugh. Gonna get raised here? That'd be funky. No, just a snap call. A snap call. I guess we're just gonna call here. It's gonna go multi-way anyway. So I don't really see the point in raising unless something like this happens, which is wonderful. Also pretty wonderful, and seeing that we have the front and the backdoor flush draw, we're gonna go with the bet, call any raise. Check it on this turn, I guess. Interesting. So let's focus on this. So he does bet it. I don't believe it, man. Oh, kings. Okay, that makes sense. Actually, a nice bet with the kings. Nice answer. All right, I guess we're going to play for a bounty here. The aces against a ruddy hand, which is drawing dead at this point. Nice. Sadly, the second bullet, but good for us, man. We used to be pretty far behind here of the average, of the median of the field. Now we are doing a little bit better. Also, Shazam. Yeah, we're in 28th position now in the $5.50. Cool. Need to get something going here, though. Oh, that might be a good start to things. Alles gut, Maus. Schlaf weiter. Jo. Like, do they go to a kitten school to come across all cute and everything? She does like the whole eye, paw over the eye thing, and Jesus. Wow, that's nice. That's a pretty nice board. Wouldn't mind playing for it all here. And right after that, we get aces in the big one. We now cover exactly no one still. Not be that as it may. We need a kitty cam. I agree. And tomorrow, I promise there will be one. Is Rack thinking about something here? Apparently he was. We take it down. Taking it down. Wait. What's the button? That's the button. Turn to pair. Oh, wait. Everybody and their mother is in the hand, huh? Alright. Yeah, well, fair enough. As I said, I never looked into the fees of much better. So if they're cool, fee-wise, if the fees are capped or anything, then that's cool. Because I think they are on TransferWise. Yeah, just gonna let this be. Yeah, so how are the fees? Oh, you know what? That's probably a stupid question. I'm just gonna Google it. In the home game, I don't quite know how many are left. Let's see. 12, so we are on the final 2 tables. All right. We're gonna start to work our way back up in the $55. That's neat. And down the top 10% in the 550. Oh, Kitty's waking up. Nee, das ist nichts für dich. Das ist nichts für dich. Very intently watching how I'm refilling my vape. I think I might have missed some things in the chat. I'll catch up in a second. Kitty, you're starting to wake up? I'm finally Lily. Oh, you. Yep, she's definitely waking up. Cheers with Shazams. Be right back. Raised here. This is one of those hands where I believe the solver, wow, the solver says we are able to 4-bet, something that I neglected in the past, and I'm still not entirely sure how advisable it is in practice. Of course, if you flop like this, then it's very advisable. Like, duh, we do take it out. All in the home game. Bets again, we're out. And we get the fold, that's wonderful. Call here, got an interesting one down here. We're not gonna fold with the wrap. Not a good turn. Oh, that's a bit of a better turn than interesting stuff. We also have that 9. We are gonna start betting. Look, man, can I get a shot of my boy James? Hang on, the kitty is in front of what you're saying. Hang on. Hey, oh, Lojaman, of course. Well, you get, first of all, you do get a shout out for sure because of the follow. Thank you very much for doing that. And huge congratulations to your birthday, man. Hang on, I got a gratuitous kitty pick for you. With the 4 here, that's the pot. Hang on. All right, I guess we let it go. The second bullet, yeah, I know, sadly. Here we 3. So huge shout out again and happy birthday, man. Thank you for dropping in on your B-Day. That's very much appreciated. We still have 2 pair. Oh, no, hang on. I messed it up. You are Logeman, and you want to shout out for your boy, James Charlie. Well, James Charlie, happy birthday. May it be a happy one, and followed by many, many more. Oh, yeah. Kitty is definitely waking up. She's fighting against some piece of plastic. Probably just go like this for a moment. Yeah, you try to get any work done with the kitty like this around. In position here. I guess. Not sure. I don't know. Honestly, don't know about this hand. Well, I guess we'll check it out in a few moments. Well, we do flop a piece of it, I guess. Might be tricky going forward. Turns out I didn't miss much. I think the kitty just tried to switch tables. Oh, hello. Was ist es weg? Guck mal. Lily, yeah. All right. Checking here for starters. Checking here. Sounds good as well. Ooh, hello. That's nice too. That's a pity we have to get to spades at this point. Gonna check once again there. Gotta check through. Now this guy leads for pot. We have an 8. Rather curious. Deuce on the river means the nuts don't change, and he checks. The little... I guess I'll check. I'll be a putty cat about it. I'll be a lily about it. No, actually, she's not that timid. Just checking here. What am I doing? But now the momentum has changed quite a bit here. At least from our perspective, we now cover almost everyone. Except for this guy. Everybody who we cover does have the min bounty for now. So fair enough. Another Pokefool was saying, does it matter? Hang on. Kitty is making this hard to read since that's the corner of my screen to chat us at. Hey, Lodgeman, my pleasure. And genuine, happy birthday. Herzlichen Glückwunsch zum Geburtstag, if you want to have it in German. Alles Gute. Oh, I forgot to shout out a follower amidst all the goings-ons. ABFO Common Desk. Wow, that's a mouthful, the name. Thank you very much for following. You are the 1999th follower on this channel. Cheers for that. I'll check here. Just casually flop the nuts. A little in the way of redraws. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. We could make better nuts. Just calling, though. Sounds good. Calling once here as well. Turn interesting. Turning. Gutter and the nut flush. I see one waxing piece of plastic. Flush rolls off. Talking about flushes. Doesn't change much. Ow, that's my finger. He bets again. He folds on the tournament. And the deuce rolling off. Again, doesn't change anything. So I reckon he has a speed and we need to fold. Oh. What? I guess it was a king 10 type of deal, king 10 9 maybe. Let's see. It was exactly that. King queen, 10 10. Wait, that's the wrong button. That's the one I meant. Can we keep the cam like this? Well, you know, right now we certainly will. I think. Oh, that's the other table I wanted to focus on. Wo ist es denn hin? Wo ist das denn? That's where it is. There it is. Oh, all right. I was gonna say hello because it does give us the nut straight. Quickly parts it. That's my evil Kermit laugh. Bets are quite large. We do cover him for the bounty with a pair and a flush draw. I guess we call. Be a pity if this guy now squeezes. Doesn't do anything for us, but not going to be most comfortable. We're going to shove here. Especially if he checks. Yep. No guts, no glory. Nice call. Didn't even think about it either. All right. All right. A non-believer. That's fair enough. Gives us some information that might be useful in the future. Oh, hello. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, them not being able to retract their claws means that I'm gonna look like an heroin addict pretty soon. Like pock marks all over my arms. All right. Now she wrestled it to the ground, I guess. Betting here, certainly see betting here. Where's his hin? Where did it go? Alright, I guess it's kitty playtime. Alright. Checking here. Sounds decent. Nothing has been decided here so far. 9 is not all that amazing. Puts 2 flushes out there as well. Oh, that's nice. This gentleman now bets I'm still gonna call this and probably gonna call down. Because you don't have it, sir. That's why I'm calling down. No, because I'm an eternal optimist. But cheers. Hang on, some more questions in the chat. The cat might as well need a NutRaisin cam. Well done. The book of the NutRaisin is the 220 tournament. Oh, the one of the home game. You know what? I forgot to renew that one. So normally it takes place at the very same time that the free roll takes place, i.e. 7 o'clock, 1.5 hours ago, on Fridays. I didn't renew it because last week's nobody played it, and I didn't pay attention that it wasn't auto-renewed. Like after a couple of weeks or so. I probably set it up wrong when I put it up again a couple of weeks ago. Did we get moved to another table, or is it still the same table? No, it's still the same table. Where we have a middle set. Hang on, kitty. Hang on, Lily. What? Why did I 3-bet here? I didn't even notice somebody else had entered the pot. Jesus. Alright, I guess I'm leaving now. And here, now we need to fold. Bounty or no bounty. Yeah. Hang on, I need to take a note. Oh! Don't you scratch up my chair. Continued in a second, Lily. Yeah. Oh, almost folded here. Checking sounds good to me. Unfortunately, the gentleman has 2 pair. Book was saying it was nice being on stars after so long. Hey, glad you had a good time, man. I should have bet. I'm betting here all day long. Duh, what the hell is that? So now what? I actually think we kind of are able to go with it. Probably close. Let me just check, so. Alright. Don't waste too much time. If he raises, he has us right now. Pretty much always. Let me take it down. Neat. Calling here sounds alright. And we flop a gutter to nut spectre flush, I guess. A bit on the quick side, this bet. Let him figure out what that means. Oh, you figured wrong. Perfect. Just calling. Although out of position, I wouldn't. Nah, I think the call is fine. Calling once with the gutter and beautiful turn. How in the world did that one roll off? Gonna lead it too. I do have bluffs here, like namely 10s, 7s. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe 5 sometimes if I'm feeling frisky. Wow, this guy's loving life. He's already free rolling the tournament, right? Yeah, I think so. Nice future blockers, 2 backdoor flush draw. That's pretty much the highlight. The best we can say about this hand in this spot. Gonna fold it. I think we ISO raise here. I mean, kind of plays alright in multi-way too. We have a nut flush draw. We have some nutted outs, the short version. Can make a nut flush, can make a nice set, can make nice top 2. Either way is fine. It's the crazy guy. I think we go with it. Trying to play for the bounty here. It's a little bit iffy because this guy might come along from what we've seen. Oh, hold it. Holding it confirmed for the second bounty in the 550. Sadly, the second bullet, but still, I'll take it. The jumps, man. Oh, the jumps get me. With the pause, like, ah. Whoa. Okay. And we cover. So we check. If he bets, we come over the top, no matter what this guy does. All right, calling. If he shoves, we reshove. Might slow the action, especially since we're holding a jack. Wo bist du denn, Lilly? No joy, just a pair of 9s now. Blockers up and down to the straights, but I'll just check it. Yeah. Oh, the flush. The flush would have meant a double up for us. Would have, should have, could have. Was wird denn das, Lilly? Jo. Oh, you can't hear little meows, I'm afraid. They're adorable. So no flush got there, no new straight got there. Interesting. We are looking at a re-raise here, I reckon. Hey. Okay. How the hell did he manage that? And he had the aces. Wow. Aces with hearts. Jesus. Oh, brother. Need to let this be. Doesn't matter if you get a good flop. I think we're behind here pretty much always right now. Wow, and this guy is bringing it. Now I'm starting to get a feeling how exactly he won all those bounties. Jeez. You need to take a note on that. Hang on, Lily. So you 3-bet and call to shove with the... Oh, we take it down there. That's nice. 7-6-4-3. Wow. Okay. Interesting. More aces for us. I guess as far as single suited aces are concerned, we can 3-bet these and take it out. Nice. Kind of unexpected. Cheers to the Shazams. Hey, famous driven scientist. Welcome back. Man, the home game is stretching. They're still not the final table. It's been 1.5 hours. Nice. 7 entries. One off the final table, though. Yeah. That guy is all out of Fs to give. Nice. Very nice to have him on our right. Oh, hang on. What's going on? AJZ. I'm gonna go with that because the rest of the name is a mouthful. Welcome back to the channel. Hope your day has gone well. In your opinion, what are the most common leaks and players PLO 50 and break even after cancer? Probably have a lot of them. All right, good question. I'll see if I can give you a helpful answer. Give me a second. Got some hands going on. Interesting. Get raised down here. Good old check raise, eh? Gonna check call, most likely. Now he checks what the deuce. What? Okay, dude, if you have the queen 10, this is first of all a weird hand to play, the weirdest way to play it I've seen in a while. And second of all, you got us, man. Totally same. Nice fold. Cheers. Yeah, sad, but needed to give it up. Cheers. Yeah, we're not folding this. See if he goes for it. I kind of doubt it, but you never know. And there's a reasonable chance it's going to be checked through with us holding all the sevens, but never mind. Scratch that theory. Right, so common leaks of PLO 5, PLO 10. Well, I did play a bunch of PLO 5 at the beginning. Also still play PLO 10 every once in a while, especially when there's no action in PLO 20. Right. So most common leaks people have is overcalling the small blind, like playing way too loose in the small blind. And if that's something that you find yourself doing, then a good rule of thumb for the beginning is just don't call in the small blind. If you have a hand you want to play, make it a raise, and otherwise be very, very tight. So that's one thing. Another thing is playing way too many hands in general, especially out of position, but just in general as well. Let's see. Oh, hang on. Need to take a short detour to top 2 pair. Yeah, we're just shoving here with our stack. Good luck us. In the $55, let's get a stack back. What are we at? Half the starting stack, huh? All right, let's double up. And default. All right, still a nice pot. Yep. Common mistakes. Yeah, and also entering multi-way. Now the next one is a bit tricky, since a lot of people play way too many hands, have way too high a VPIP. I'm sort of torn on this one, where especially in position in the multi-way pot, playing tighter than the rest certainly puts you ahead, because you're going to enter the pot on average with better hands. But if there's a lot of limping or single raising and a bunch of callers here on the button, personally, I'm calling quite wide there, but I'm not entirely sure if that is correct or not. So when in doubt, I guess generally speaking, when in doubt, knitting it up at the absolute micros, absolute nanos, I guess, is pretty good, because again, that's going to put you ahead of 90% of the players who just play way too many hands, way more hands than they should. And on a lot of sites, not all of them, mind you, but on a lot of sites, PLO 5, PLO 10, you got to pay a lot of rake in regards compared to your win rate, especially on like stars or party. So that makes a lot of hands that you see, like the likes of Jay Hernandez or Phil Galfond or whoever high stake, mid stake players play, makes them unplayable for you, because every once in a while you're going to flop with these mediocre hands, cool, and you're going to take it down. But the times you don't, combined with the rake you're paying relative to the blinds, relative to your win rate, is going to make a lot of spots unprofitable, as opposed to, hands you see Galfond or Jay Hernandez play. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That being said, especially on these stakes, you often have like one or two absolute maniacs on your table. If you try to table selection is really important. That's something a lot of people neglect. Like they find some tables at the beginning of the session and they stick around. You do well reevaluating as often as you can. You sit down at a table next to a big spot, perfect. But once that guy leaves, then maybe the table's not good anymore. So now you should look into the lobby and find some better, find greener pastures. That a lot of people don't do that as diligently as they should, in my mind. That's a huge factor for win rate. And also, I pass up tables personally. Like if it's a site that's not anonymous, of course, then we're gonna fold this. Oh, by the way, congrats on the final table. There, we're on the money bubble. Der Alte is still in the mix. The stacks really close together right now, so that'll be interesting. We're on the Stone Cold bubble. 5 places getting paid. Good luck, everybody. I'm gonna keep the focus on this hand. Right, so to finish that thought, on a site where it's not anonymous, and I see like a really nice player I want to play against on a table, but when especially assume he's to my right and there's a seat open to his left, I could sit down, all good. But if there's like a loose aggressive player that at least sort of knows, or in what he's doing, or is even better than that, to my immediate left, then I pass up that spot. Because this guy is going to make life hell for me. Especially when the maniac's to my right, and he has more incentive to enter hands, and he's gonna have position on me, 4 out of 6 hands or whatever, on average. So then I wait for a better spot to open up on that very same table, where I'm not out of position against a decent reg. And you have those even at PLO 5, So let me know if any of that sound made sense. Oh, now she goes for the sleeping position. Hang on. Oh, I would show it to you from the front, but that'll have to wait until tomorrow. Until I have that second cam set up. Oh, brother. That's just too nice. That's an unusual short playtime for her. Normally they take an hour or two. All right. I'm talking about you. I played way too many hands. No. I was talking in general. So let me scroll up. I missed some things in the chat, I'm sure. Not a poker fool. Did I call the cat Lily? Yes. I still like Pepper a lot. It just doesn't roll off the tongue as nicely. It's a nice name. Came up with Esme as well. But Lily it is. I don't know. She just strikes me as a Lily. She's a little bit dainty, a little bit careful, and I'm not saying lilies are like that. Oh God, I'm probably digging myself a hole here, ain't I? Yeah, the short version is she feels like a lily. So we get raised here. We have all the big blinds in the world. I'm probably gonna call. Oh, never mind. Oof. Close our eyes and call. So call or fold. I guess close our eyes and call. If we flop something massive against this guy, he has a bunch of bounties. Might not be the one where he wants to get it in. No, never mind then, huh? So if he fold, okay, he doesn't fold. Fair enough, then we let it be. It is Friday, so we're swell and beer is being consumed. Sounds good to me. That's the plan for after the tournament, after the stream today, on my end as well. I have to get out of this crazy guy's way for now. We'll wait for better hands, better spots. Jo, schlaf weiter. Oh. Hey, that's nice. Actually, I haven't checked this one. Two short stacks going at it. Well, pretty much everybody's a short stack. He folds and we take it down. And der Alter. No, they're going for it. Good luck to both of you. Everybody flopped a pretty massive hand. 70%, 100% for the Alta, making top full house there. Very nice. And GG there, Flamingo. I'm not sure if you've played the home game before. Very nice showing, man. Very nice. If it was the first time, then well done. And no doubt I'll be shipping money to you soon. This time you stone cold bubbled it, sadly. But yeah. Well done, as I said. Playing it here seems reasonable. At worst, we're up against like a king 3, king 8. Which might or might not raise. Gonna bet it again, trying to get like an 8-6, jack 8 to fold. Oh, the note says potential POW, potential payoff wizard, so possibly not the best plan, but it worked. HAZ saying, that's really helpful. Hey, I'm glad to hear it, man. that are all in. Vex money doubling up. Much need to double up. Well, so let's actually see who is here. Who am I used to shipping money to? Vex money, yeah. He lives up to his name. Pretty much at least on a bi-weekly basis, I ship money to him. More often on a weekly basis. And pretty much the same is true for Lev and Valera as well. I'm very happy to see that Alta haven't made the money as well. Gonna let this go. I know. She's the reason. Like, if you're wondering why sometimes I seem to zone out, I seem to space out and just grin like an idiot. It's because I'm looking at the sleepy kitty face right in front of me, laying like this. Man, good stuff. Now let's actually keep the focus here. Fuck, shit, freaked. Fuck. AJZ saying, I think I have a lot to review. Hey, right on. Not kidding. Rio Run It Once, the Run It Once folks actually suggested like I should name the cat Rio, and I was like, are we talking about a sponsorship deal? Like maybe monthly catnip shipments? And Nick's answer was shipments can be arranged. Thought it was pretty good. No. We lost a player. In home game are now 4 ways. Let's see what happened there. Wait, did I just limp here? Oh, wow. Right, that's another thing. HAZ. No matter the circumstances, there's basically no scenario you're supposed to limp in. You see me do it in the splash pots. That's a different story. So if you're playing Run It Once, sure, limp it up in the first 2 positions. Like with your entire range. That's cool. But don't limp. Like there are very, very few exceptions. If you have a crazy maniac short stack to your left and him, if you think if he's been 3-betting, 4-betting all day long, and he's so short that if you raise and he comes over the top, it wouldn't reopen the action, sure, limp. But that happens like once every couple of weeks. Frau Schwein, welcome back. Ooh, the kitten. Different camera angle, new furniture. Is this a parallel universe? Yeah, the camera angle and the kitten go hand in hand and are intertwined. Is this NutRaisin instead of NutRaisin? Often enough, yes. Hey, we're down to 3-way here. Nice. Next place finishes for €1. Second place gets 150. I think Vex Money already has €1 in the bag for knocking me out. And the winner gets 250. All right. Also, we do have a 6 months leaderboard for this whole shebang. And if you're on top of the leaderboard after 6 months, we're probably going to go on a quarterly basis at some point. But for now, it's 6 months. Then you can either choose between a NutRaisin cup, because, why not? And you can also, if you want, have an hour of whatever you want with me. Well, let me rephrase that. We can do an hour worth of sort of coaching, of session review, hand review, pre-flop stuff using the matrix, a private bucket tool or PLO visions session, anything like that, whatever you want. And the little stretches. Oh, brother. Done with the stretching. Giving us a straight. Not the straight. Lily, correct spelling? I think... I don't know. I honestly don't know. I would instinctively say it with a double L. Don't know if you did spell it with double L. Yeah, I think double L. No, 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 no. His tea is all mine, Lily. All right. Guess I got something better. Night sacks. You could know that, but this is potentially a little bit in bad taste since my cat, I have a kitten because my cat died on Sunday, but I'm sure you didn't mean it like that. I'm 100% positive, so no worries. And you couldn't know. No, it's just a very relaxed kitty that had a day full of adventure and playtime. Oh, never mind. You bet a little more than half the pot. I think it's fine with the fold. Yeah, technically we do have the backdoor flush draw as well. None of them was particularly exciting. None of the draws, and they weren't really that strong, so meh. And it's a close game for everyone. Vex Money right now in the lead. There by any chance any other tournaments that started at 8:30? I don't want to wreck any later tournaments because, you know, with the kitty, there's probably playtime coming up later. So looking at a little bit shorter, but more frequent streams for a few days, 3 weeks possibly. Let's see, 8:30. Nah, not really. Here, I guess we're gonna call. Kind of neither here nor there. Wow. Good enough, man. Any of you have the nut flush? You have the nut flush. No. Soup for you, my friend. Right? Wow. You know what, guys? I'm actually gonna take this break. It's gonna be short because it's starting right now. Yeah, let me roll the cigarette. I am gonna. You know, it won't be the most exciting break screen since she's not moving right now, but yeah. Maybe you are moving. But, you know, normally I use a wildlife cam, and I have wildlife at home right now. A really cute wildlife too, so kind of weird not to use that. Right, so made for a nice comeback there in the $33. Looks like we are doing fine here as well. And yeah, it's a 4-minute break, so, you know, I'll be back in 4 minutes. Hey, wow, there's a whole bunch of you out there watching me babble on, and I think you're here for the kitty, and I understand. Be this as it may. Thanks for watching. And I'll be back in a few minutes. So do tell me, what did she do while I was away? I know she's meowing a lot when I'm leaving the room. Okay. Gonna be, well, yeah. Well, it's what it is. Lily. No. That's my tea. That is all mine. So speaking of cats and what they... der Alte took down the pot. It was a little too late to show. No matter where I put the teacup, Lily's coming for it. I already had some coffee today, which I didn't really approve of. But only like with the tiniest of zips before I noticed and took it away. Night egg. Yeah. I know you couldn't know. It's all good. Thank you for saying that. Joined the 550 PKO Powerfest. Hey, Pokerfool, deep runs. I wish you. You tend to have them quite a lot, don't you? Especially when you late rack. So go. And for the min raise, sure. Let's call. Flop a flush draw. I think we let it call. It's cool. Well, that's happening in the chat. And thank you very much for the kind words, Night Sax. This one we're gonna raise, fold. I think that's all right. Unless this guy shoves, this guy folds, then obviously we're not going anywhere. Perfect. Let's observe what these peeps are up to. Actually, that's not. Wait, what was that? She already figured out the fascination of throwing things off things and then watching in glee as gravity takes a hold on them. Okay, I guess more kitty playtime coming out. How about 5? No? Okay. Cat cam OP. Yeah, it's gotta be more sophisticated tomorrow. Checking again, another chance for 5. That's a cute kitty. It is. She really is. Double suited queens, and we have a stack. All right. Yeah. Hang on. And triple suited kings into 550. IE over here. The little jumps. The kings took it down pre, and here we flop potential, I would say. No need to bet. Not folding. If he pots it, I'm going to consider a fold relatively strongly. Checks it again, so I reckon we have the best hand right now. All right. Still, everyone's game here in the home game. Oh, hello. Now don't quiz me on this one being an open raise call. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, almost folded there. Flop and open ender here was min raise, so 1 BB more for us closing the action with some connectivity suit. Well, actually 3 of them, but be that as it may. Checks it again, so we're gonna go for value. One street sounds fine. I have no clue how we're doing in the cash games, by the way. Yeah, for this price, with the bounty in play, we have to call. Now he leads it, huh? Wow, that's weird. Oh well. It works insofar as he's getting me out. Is the other guy gonna shove? Push Terrier? Okay, so there's a nick for you. So we're doing stack-wise. Well, we're still at around the starting stack, sadly. Not much harder than that. Still covered this one guy at this table. Oh, what happened here? Something low-worthy? So I presume the money went in on the flop with the pair and an open-ender. River 2 pair versus kings. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. Yeah, so how we doing in the cash games? We're down a little, I guess, around a buy-in maybe? Maybe a little less. Hooks it in. Oh, big pot over here in the 550. 55, sorry. And we get a hand. And we're also going to go for the 3-bet here with a double paired and perfect connectivity between the two pairs. Otherwise, I would... Wow. Well, we're not going anywhere. Let's hope for a good flop. Victor straight draw as well, huh? Yeah, I guess it's a bit too thin. Here I called the raise, obviously, on the button. That's fine. I need to let it go now. Not quite enough, not quite good enough to raise. I reckon now this will be interesting. Bounty is in play. Well, I guess we just call. Probably not going to keep him from shoving. Yeah, I mean, what's he going to do? And we out. And we now, wow, what the hell happened? Last time I checked, we had like 10 entries at PLO 20. Now we have 64. What the fuck? Do you want to follow? I know. The rate after the final hand, after the final stream of the Galfan challenge was huge. It was like 132 followers. The notification for follows didn't stop for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. Checks it again, no? Yeah, it was pretty crazy. We still have some legitimate outs to a hand, but we also blocked a nut flush. And there are a lot of nut flushes we wouldn't see it on the flop after we opened. Actually, 2 more needed. Somebody's a cat hater and unsubbed. Unfollowed. Button does. Oh, luckily we get the fold. Not under the gun. Maybe actually in a tournament where there's no rake to consider. But yeah, normally hell no. Here, however, I don't mind. Kind of confused how this guy is calling and not shoving, but fair enough. And if it wasn't for the short stack here, I'm not sure if I would be playing this hand. Well. I'm gonna bet the flop, especially against the big blind range. Pairing the board here, not entirely awesome, so let's bet. Short stack quickly folds. Bist du, Lilly? Da bist du. Alright. We do take it down. Right, up here, I reckon we're not gonna call. Do we cover him? We do cover this guy. Queen. I guess. Oh. Hello. How about you have a 10? How about you bet big? That'd be sweet. Make a straight over here after absolutely no action so far. I'm just gonna check it, I guess. Yeah, oh, hell yeah, 5 ace for sure. We do take it down, however. That's nice. Down here we have aces. Ooh, hello. Fucking hello. Can you say Shazam? Can you say bounty? It is spelled with double C. And yes, that's bounty that's being spelled with double C. Shazam! All right. We are in it now. Ladies and gentlemen, we chipped up. We cover 2 peeps on this table, and we have a booty. Here. Against the shorty, yeah, I guess we raise it with our weak flush draw. Wow, we were doing better than I hoped, than I feared. I mean, not than I hoped. Didn't take it down though. So there's that. In case you wonder, the aces hand down here on table 4, we did take it down with the c-bet earlier. Lily's killing me, man. That's like an overload of cuteness. And no, this is not a show I'm putting on for Twitch. I am like this by nature. I've been running around grinning like an idiot the whole day. Oh. We got a spot. So what's the deal? We cover this guy. You know what? I'm gonna go for a smallish bet. Specifically while holding that 8. Oh, the home game is over. I didn't even notice. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't give you the... Let's see what happened there. Der Alte taking second place. Valera once again in first place. Well done, everybody. Congratulations. I'll send out the money later tonight. Cheers. Actually, take a screenshot of the results because stars is right now screwing me over. And the 8 does turn. Still gonna bet it, I guess. How'd you manage that? Oh, how did you manage that? Guess we're gonna check. Oh god, why didn't you pay the fives? That was a needy check, probably, but oh well. Nice flop on a 10 and deuce, yes. Worked out too. Guy shuffled the aces in the flush draw, I believe, right? Shazam indeed, my friends. That was very sweet. He calls it, unfortunately. Alright. I'll abort it. Yeah, that's fine. Twist it in, Lily. They're playing a decent one. I don't know how well you can see the jumps and everything. Oh, he lost a bunch of chips, which I love. Let's watch this guy get shorter and shorter. That would be amazing. Defend the big blind here. Flop on the right. Oh, hang on, we got some spots. Hang on, Lily. Give me a moment. Right, so here I guess we call. And here, I guess we still bet. And we also got this spot happening with top. Not top two, like two pair. Turn to straight. I think we do want to go for a hesitant bet. Menfei Pardik. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. That means, again, only one of 2K followers. Thank you very much. Cheers. Welcome to the channel. It's the kitty, right? That's what would do it for me. Now I need to retrieve the toy. Getting raised here means... what does that mean? I think it means we need to let it go. Oh, right! Off the bar had this awesome offer to gift this up to anybody who knocks out der Alte. Hey, it almost didn't happen. Der Alte almost took it down. And well done, der Alte. Also, yeah, well done, Valera. All right, we're going to play for it all here. Well, not for it all, but we're going to play for the bounty. Need a 9. Oh, a flush. No, not a flush. No, damn it. Nice hand, nice hand. Mean my big mouth. To have some educational content in here as well. Let's check out what we're supposed to do pre-flop. I'm not sure if this line is fine. We're going to call, though, closing action. Might be a spot for raise fold. Don't know. Now we're certainly folding it. Yeah, it doesn't get called. There needs to be some connectivity there, i.e., like an ace 5, 4, 3, or Broadway is ace queen to ace 10. Turn to straight. Have the second nut blocker. Would not mind seeing another check, and that is an pretty awesome card, all things considered. Wow. You know what? There are 55 players in the pool right now at PLO 20. I think we're doing fine. We're well advised finding better tables right now. None of these strike me as particularly interesting. Do take this one down. Yeah, I was talking about it earlier, how important table selection is, and I completely neglected it for a while. Just goes to show. I don't know what it goes to show, but it goes to show something. Okay. Dealer, 2 new tables, please. Wait, what happened? So the tables might jump around there for a second. Yep, so they did. Apologies. Suited ace, plenty of big blinds in the 550. Sure. Oh, hello. Worst river ever. Well, it does give us the better straight, so there is that. All right, cool. Also, weren't blocking any Broadway draws. And now get kings. All right. Just calling here seems, I guess, all right. Oh, hello. For this price, certainly calling. No joy. We are in the $55 KO, smack in the middle of the field, 71st out of 153 remaining. Just quite a turnout for a $55 tournament, huh? Nice. 350 original entries. Guaranteed prize pool. Right now we have an overlay of 1.6k and 25 dollars. Not too shabby. Good stuff. What does it mean? Like top payout? Ooh, so we're looking at 3.2 to 4.2k maybe for first right now. Menfei Partik. I'm gonna go with Menfei if that's fine with you. I'm horrible at Twitch names. What are my thoughts on the player pool on round ones? Well, for the last, I want to say 4 weeks, like with all the isolation going on and everything, poke games are good across all sides. So I don't want to single out round ones, to be fair. But they certainly have been more than fine on round ones. They, matter of fact, have been pretty excellent across the board. I'm talking about, PLO 10 and PLO 20. PLO 50, when I took my shots last summer, there were a bunch of streamers back then, so the games were tougher than they seemed at first to me, tougher than I realized in the beginning. Ever since then, I haven't played much, or basically any PLO 50 at all. but have been hearing good things from people who do. So the games are good. The games are rather good on Run-It-Ones right now, I have to say. So yeah, good pool, good games. I would recommend it. Checking here. No, not like this. Oh, hello. Yes, please. Just give me the nuts. That's fine by me. He's bound to have an ace, right? No? Okay. Too bad. Please stay, Jake. Okay, yeah, sure. I can... Oh, that's the one that's... Is that the one that's playing? No. Done and done. AJ is saying, I'm trying to play this vibes. Hey, cheers. Happy to hear it. It's a pretty wild mix, but it's... I like it too. Good music. Top 2, flush draw. Blockers 2, the higher straight draw, I guess. Could be good. Little mouse. Oh, I guess it's time for a little rest, huh? Maybe? Maybe not? No? Okay. Oh, it is. Ooh. Take this one down. What magic is this? Wow. Nope. You know what? I could also go for delayed c-bet there. Check once and then bet the turn. Maybe I kind of like this a little better, but meh. We do take it down. He's losing chips, man. I love it. He has a humongous bounty. What did he have in that hand where we made the flush, by the way? The one just now. 10-6 and queens, huh? So he had a double gutter, one of which to the nuts. I guess it's alright. Alright, how about you play a big part and you take like all these 40 BB off him? That'd be sweet. Wait, that's not supposed to happen. There you go. Nothing happening here, so let's focus on this one where nothing is happening in great amounts as well. At least not for us. Ooh. It actually happened. I didn't notice. It actually happened. The wish came true. He lost all of his chips. What happened there? Well, not all of his chips, but enough for us. With the what now? I guess it was like a check shove situation there, because otherwise... Wait, I need to replay this hand. Okay, now don't get knocked out. Just call and fold the river. Perfect so far. Perfect, man. Perfect. We are in a wonderful spot right now. All we need is a hand. So what happened here? This guy check, bet the flop. He got called. Now check, bet, call, I assume. No, yes, exactly. What's happening on the river? Yeah, okay, he went for the bluff. The other guy called. Cool. It's a weird player pool on RIO right now. We have 57 and 62 respectively at PLO 10, PLO 20. None at PLO 50, well, 2, but no tables going right now. But 19 at PLO 200, and here we are. Here we have a hand now in position against this guy. Also cover him, but I'm completely focused up on this guy now. If we take his bounty, we will be in profit by quite a bit. Look, it's interesting if he raises. With the humongous bounty, we might consider coming over the top. Okay, it doesn't come to pass. Pair and a gutter backdoor flush, huh? Alright. Here goes. Well, let's see. Well, that is too bad, sir. That is too bad. Hang on, be right back. Nope, can't do it here. He's not letting up. He's short, but boy, if that doesn't phase him at all. Still playing most of the hands that come his way. Gee, this is not a great hand, but we are going to be in position for the rest of the hand against this guy. See what we can do. Well, first let's see what we can flop. Don't do it, man. That's a juicy bounty. Ooh, that's the plan. That would be amazing. I'm not really sure what's happening here. Yeah, like we're a long, long way off the money. Actually, how long until late rec is over? 8 minutes. Okay. And right now, 48 places get paid. So yeah, we're a long way off from the money. Which means right now his bounty is just way too juicy to ignore. And we want to go after it as hard as we can. Within, you know, some semblance of reason still, but I would actually want to leave this table because I got another one. Yeah, it's not going to happen in this hand. Still going to go for the check call, I reckon. And here, this guy rivered straight, but got called by a small flush. Now we have kings. Do we want to go for the ISO here? I think not, on the whole. I need to be quite a bit better than that, those kings. Oh. Let's hope this is good news. It's a splash pot, in case you're wondering why I'm in the sand. Oh, actually, it's the cutoff, so it's reasonable either way. with the dog. Whenever I see a no with many O's, I'm instantly thinking of Darth Vader. The most embarrassing, the low point of the prequel saga in my mind. No good. Take it down there. Played it a little bit like a putty cat, but oh well. Don't get knocked out. Don't get knocked out. Just fold, man. Just fold. Don't give him more chips. Just fold it. It's cool. I'm telling you, it's cool. Oh, perfect. We still cover him? Yes, we do for now. All right. JPM, hey, welcome back. Believe it is welcome back. Not 100% certain about it. Time for some scratches, I guess. What the hell is happening with this counter? Is he like refilling his time bank? If so, then that's a neat trick. What the deuce is happening? Does something glitch here? Oh well, we'll find out. Wait, what? Raise. Yeah, we have to fold. He's gonna shove. He's either gonna fold or shove, and we're not doing great either way. Yeah. Over here, return the open ender, make the nuts. Just the nuts, nothing else. Yep. Good hand for you. Oh, wow. This guy going for the bounty hard. That's worth a note. Right. Calling here. Did he call us in that other hand? He did with a pair of queens. Neat. Though that explains why we have more chips now. Right, probably gonna check this down here. Wow, boy, if he gets involved. Fucking hell. That's a limp pot, right? Use the big blind. Yeah, okay, let's call once. Just have to give it a shot, you know, in case we do turn something nice like a 10 or another 9. And here, I guess I'll check. Damn. Have to fold. Hopefully this guy folds as well. No? No, 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 no. Okay, perfect, perfect. Psst, psst, everybody. This could be huge. Yeah, Frauschwein, this is a nice song choice as well. I'm actually going to save this to the playlist. Metal, not my music, or like rock music. I don't know if this is metal or rock. I don't even know. But it sounds nice, so consider it added. Now, if he calls, we're in a shit spot. Well, actually not. We're going to call. But I'm just hoping he folds. Is there any merit in raising? That'd be a little bit wild. What a varying thought is the big blind, who could shove. If it goes shove, fold, call, I don't know what we're supposed to do. Okay. Kinda hope he pots, to be honest. He checks. Oh boy, so we still have the gutter. It depends on what he does, I guess. Alright, we need to call. Cross your fingers, everybody. Dude, that's not it. Damn. River flush down here. If he raises, I'm going to come over the top. The bounty is way too juicy. Even if he raises now, I will. Yeah. Buckle your seatbelts, guys. We're talking about 70 bucks. We are way, way off the money. Just sitting on a little more than the starting stack, so we're not in the greatest spot to make a deep run right now anyway. Well, he can certainly fold. It's his stack. Oh. Now we need to flop well. What happened there? Took home a bounty. I think the spot... We need to take it, man. I think we need to take it. That's just too juicy. What did the other guy have? He only had a better kicker. Dude. Oh well. Yeah, I think it's too huge. I don't think we can go anywhere. And here, let's see what's going to happen now. Not loving the spot. Come on, some help. That's 2 pair. He makes a flush. Are we knocked out? Yeah. On the second bullet in this one. In quick succession, got knocked out of all the tournaments. And here we need to fold, I guess. So In the, let's see, in the 550, that spot played itself. Like, once we 3-bet with this hand and we get raised, we're not loving it, especially once it goes multi-way. But realistically, we're not going anywhere with the SPRs involved, especially ours. And in the $55, I think it's fine, honestly. Kind of sad that we got caught by the other guy, but I understand, like, he had the chips to do it. Yeah, I think we need to take the spot for $70. That's the long and the short of it. I'm curious what you guys think. Oh, well. On to the cash games it is then. Really? Everybody limping? Come on, Andrew, you may last hope. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Phew, that was a close one. Man, that's too bad. That's too bad. Such a huge bounty. Oh well, damn indeed. Yeah, I'm curious. What do you guys think? Small positive that big bounty guy folded too. Yeah, in that one, that's the spot where you're at right now. Yeah, I thought it was already the knockout spot. Took it down here, which is excellent. Cheers for the good lucks. Oh, hello. So it looks as if, the kitty about Lily, that she's allowing me to play longer sessions. I think she's fine with me playing with her while I'm sitting on the computer instead of paying full attention to her. So on that note, let's check out tomorrow and how the day was supposed to be. We're supposed to start at 5:30 and ranking tournaments until 9:30, including a $33, $55, and $22. All of them free freeze outs, and all of them also have their little brothers 1/10 of the stakes. So the $55, the 55 also has a $5.50, and so on. I think we're gonna give it a shot. And doing it like that too. Double damn, unlucky man. Astono, yeah. Would you guys have taken a spot in that situation? I'm curious. Cheers, though. It's nice not to suffer alone. That was suited jacks. I'm not entirely sure if I should be playing them. Let's check up on it. Actually, I'll wait until the preflop is over because I'm not sure what I do if I get raised. I don't know what the matrix tell me. Not on my keyboard. Okay, there you go. That's cool. I need those keys. Obviously, it always gets raised because you're just going to flop the set so often. No, but kidding aside, let's go for the GTO perspective here. And that would mean we are under the gun. We have double suited jack. So far, so good. But the side cards are pretty ruddy. Yeah, doesn't have to play at all. Kind of interesting. I can actually show you the matrix for that one, I reckon. So this is the matrix for this hand, and we had a Jack-Jack 5-3, which, as you can see, all the grayed out hands do not get played at all. Oh, hang on. So with are these double suited jacks? Yeah. With double suited jacks, connectivity still matters. If you have the jack 10, basically all of them get played except for the 10-6. But if you forget about that, then that's cool too. I mean, who cares about that one hand? Doesn't make a big difference. But as soon as we step away from jack 10 combo or two Broadway cards, like jacks and another Broadway, the connectivity matters a ton. If you're talking double paired hands, it's fine, down to jacks and deuces to raise call them. But yeah, the 5-3, not even like the 5-4 or 6-5, 7-6, 8-6, as you can see, get played there. So yeah, the more you know, I guess. 80 cents in the middle offsuit, that's not. Yeah. On the whole, what do you guys think? How did I do in the bounty tournament? I think it went all right for the most part. There were some decent folds. Some bluffs that didn't go away. I think I went all right. Oh. Let's watch this. Big pot. We block anything? No, not really. Oh. Oh, bummer. This guy had 3 outs and he got there. Jeez. That sucks, man. No, not like this. Damn, now I feel empty without the tournament on screen. I really grew to like them. Get min raised here. All right, apparently that's a thing. So here's the plan for the night. How long have I been streaming? Not even 3 hours, so that's not much at all. At some point, I'm gonna have to walk the dog. And since we're not having a deep run, then, you know, he doesn't have to wait that long. So currently what I'm thinking is that within maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I'm gonna walk the dog. I'm probably gonna raid somebody in the meantime, or host somebody rather, for a change. And I could come back for some late night cash game action. I kind of feel like I want to. As Tono is saying, okay, hang on, let me dive into this. The sniper! Hey, my friend! Shout out to the sniper, who is a real life friend of mine and who became a daddy yesterday. Hey, der Sniper, herzlichen Glückwunsch nochmal, man. Mann, alter Mann, gut gemacht. And you don't know the sad story, the Sniper. I'm gonna spare you the sad details. The happy part of it is that I have a new kitty. Look at that. And she's called Lily. And Lily is a bit sleepy right now. Right, so as Tuno, yeah, and I really hadn't considered that, and you're absolutely right. It's something that crossed my mind once the hand was over, and that's a point well made and well taken. That there were a bunch of big stacks, and yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, there were a bunch of big stacks at the table who can easily take the gamble there. Like, if you're talking people with more than 100 big blinds that are nowhere near crippled at all if they take the gamble and lose. And yet they're just gonna gun for the bounty just as hard. And so I think you're right. I think that skews it for sure. Maybe towards just a fold. Not unlikely at all at this point. Closing action, that's cool. Pseudo days. Flop a top pair, top kicker. So, yeah, I think your points are valid and well made. And for on that note, also the second part of your point is well made too. I think it might be okay, and it probably isn't like lol bad going for the $70 bounty there, way off the money, but just letting it be reasonable. I would say very reasonable. Also very reasonable. Flopping the current nuts with a redraw to a lol flush, but be that as it may. And I'm going to raise it. Here I'm going to pot it. Would be guessing if I gave an opinion. Yeah, fair enough. Honestly, I don't like have that fully mapped out, to put it mildly as well. Can't claim like superior knowledge in tournaments or bounty tournaments for that matter. As soon as saying you played well. Most consistently good player. Watch at these stakes. Hey man, cheers. I wasn't fishing, by the way. I'm always interested in feedback. Have faith in yourself. You can trust me at stakes. Thank you very much. Well, truth be told, my cash game win rate in, what was last month? Whatever that was, March, was negative slightly. So just, I'll be honest about that. But yeah, I think with some adjustments, I like where this is going. Thank you for saying that. I actually think we're supposed to let it go. Maybe not specifically button versus cutoff. Let's check. Where's here? We're going to call. That was the Queen 765 button versus cutoff. It's a call. All right, cool. Does get called. Right on, the sniper. Hey man, welcome back. It is a pleasure to have you in the channel after such a long time. And yeah, how's everything going, my friend? When is the little one coming home? Turn a top pair. And looking not so hot anymore. Yeah, checking it down, lose against an ace pretty much always. He has a flush as well, wow. Okay. Yeah, I think in his shoes you can go for a thin-ish value, 4-1 of value there on the river. I didn't even see that off the bar. You made it into a Lily command, huh? That's sweet. Thanks for that. Oh. He's starting the microphone. So I reckon, the sniper, this is your last day home alone, no? At least for the foreseeable future. Hey, why are you waking up? Oh. All right, how are we doing in the cash games? I think we're down a little, but not much. Like still like around a buy. Need to let this be. Yeah, pretty much a buy-in. Possibly 1.5. Not entirely sure. No, but it can't call. Like, what are we doing double suited here? Let's see. I would say we're certainly not raising, but maybe a call would be my guess, but also maybe not. So let's see. Yeah, no. If we're talking 9-9 double suited, then Ace Queen, Jack 10, 8, 7. All of these gets raised called. Strangely enough, the Ace King just gets called. Doesn't get raised called. Yeah, because it is, you don't necessarily need to generate much fold equity there. Your hand is quite a bit stronger. Also, you block aces and kings, and you flop better. You flop better flush draws, flop better two pair, flop better aces, for that matter. Oh, somebody came to play on this table. Wow, the bangers lady's rocking a leotard, huh? Don't see that often these days. Is that called a leotard? I think it is. Wait, damn it. Now I'm confused. Need to look it up. Like a spandex thingy, like a spandex onesie, basically, is what I'm talking about. Is that a leotard? Or is that a word for a dumb lion? Hey, you leotard. Okay, I apologize. No, that works. Perfect. For those of you who speak German, one German translation for leotard is ein hautfester Künstleranzug. Wow, that's a mouthful even in German. It can't. I'm completely unable to translate that back any reasonable way. So I guess that one's just for the German crowd. Or for the German crowd. Oh, Lily didn't like the evil laugh. Oh, I'm sorry, Lily. Let's switch it up here. I basically always call. That's not this time. It kind of blows if you get raised, sure. And now we're gonna pot it. As he leads, then he takes it down. Ah, good call, man. Good call. Oh, hello. Yeah. I don't know about the race. It looks super strong. We're not getting caught by words there a lot, I reckon. So, especially in position. Maybe out of position is more of a thing where it's not as easy to get more money out of him on the river. But in position, we can just call the turn and then have him hope for the best and hope he bets again on the river. Yeah, I like that approach a little better. Calling here with the X amount of money in the middle. Oh, that notwithstanding, we're always defending the jacks here, the single suited ones, I guess. At least I reckon so. Let me see. So this big blind versus MP. He could still have a flush that's just not ace high, which is why he checked, but I reckon I'll give it a shot. What was our exact hand? Jack, Jack 9 something? Jack, Jack 9, 4. No, does not get played under normal circumstances. Not get defended, I guess. I reckon the splash makes it alright for sure. Yes, leotard is spell Monday. Okay, cool. Yeah, sometimes I get confused and I'm like, wait, really? Is that what I think it means? Because a lot of words over the years that I gathered, that I accumulated, I never looked up the translation. They kind of made sense in context, and I'm like, okay, that's what it means. Every once in a while, that's wrong, though. Like even in the first year when I was the first time I spent a year in the States, I did have a dictionary and that looked stuff up, but not as often. I preferred either to pick it up by context, which worked often enough, or have people explain it to me, which kind of stuck in my mind easier. Wearing that next stream. If I will, then you bet your ass that there will be a tip jar in the stream then. And I'm not if you tip in coins, I'm not telling you not telling you yet with what body part I'll pick those coins up. Still take this down, it's very nice. Not touching that. Right, the big blind call. It's not great. This guy seems like fun. That's a strange sizing. Might just get me with that. Possibly, yeah, I think my curiosity will get the better of me. That is among the best rivers right there. Yeah, it makes no sense to bet half pot with the 6-7 there. I think we're good. Not sure what I'm hoping to get called by. Possibly ace jack, jack 8, 10s, jack. Well, not jacks, though. That'd be pretty brutal. Nice. Unless he shows up with aces, which would be kind of sad. So here I went for one bet on the flop. So far, so good. I was ready to give up here pretty much when it once called, but on this turn, I don't know, man. Ooh, nice. Oh yeah, I meant to say that. I already got that one picture yesterday. Boy, is he a cutie. Not all newborns are. I'm not speaking from position of an expert here, but yeah. Not necessarily newborns are, but yours, man, he is a cutie pie. Well done. It's good to know you can do something right. No, just checking here. What the hell am I doing? Right on. I'll have an eye on my mail account. Off topic? Off topic is what this channel and occasionally this channel and this chat certainly thrives on, so that's all good. Thrives upon, it should be, right? Oh well. If called, I'd probably go for another bet on the river. I could easily have like 10-10 jack 9 with the suit. Comes in for the raise, huh? Well, I guess you could easily have a better hand as well. Oh, wer kommt denn hier? And there she goes again. No scratching up the chair. It's not more than your predecessor already did. Yeah, scratching up my fingers is kind of fine. I do turn a flush. Well, Nate, the other thing, the one that's where all the cards are in order. You figure it out. All right, let's check, potentially check call. In here, not much to protect against. And looks like we're splitting this one up. Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, let's bet now. Really? Round 3, playtime? All right, take it down there. That's neat. Yep, round 3 confirmed. We looked this one up. And even defending, even double suited, didn't we? No. Hang on, we looked up a single suited one. So I reckon this one's all right. Let's check it out. It's big blind versus under the gun. Interesting turn. Yeah, that gets defended. It's right on the edge though. The Jack 6-3 gets folded. Okay. Okay, now what? Oh, if he has something here and it's not just bluffing, then that's a brutal beat, my friends. Not many bad beats in PLO. That one would qualify. Didn't have it, huh? Any plan on shot taking PLO 50 again? Roll HC. Hey, welcome back. Well, as I was saying earlier, I figured out that I'm well overrolled. Well, not overrolled, but I'm more than well rolled for PLO 50. We have more than 100 buy-ins for it at this point. But I don't want to needlessly lose money. So hang on, that's not weird. What I'm planning to do is I want to have more study time before I take another PLO 50 shot. So I would hesitantly and tentatively say within the next 3 weeks. I don't like it because he's short and I didn't notice that. Yeah, he's not gonna fold another. Yeah, I'm just gonna check it down now. We have 0 fold equity. There's a tiny chance we are splitting or taking it down. But yeah, we're losing against the flush a lot. Unless he has a set, that would be sweet. Nah, that's what he had. Well done. So yeah, within the next 3 weeks, I would say. There it is, my friends. And that's a name I can pronounce as well. Thank you very much, mate. LB Kendor. Well, there it goes. Bottom of my mouth that I can pronounce it. And then I started. LB Kendor, you took me single-handedly. Well, you took me to 2,000 followers. Make it number nice and round. Thank you very much, sir. Or madam, as the case might be. Cheers. It is hugely appreciated. Looking so much nicer than 199. Getting raised here. All right. Do turn a straight, or river the straight rather. Got a bet fold. If you get raised, that's fine. Sometimes we get bluffed by 9s and 10s, but it's cool as well. Do take it down. Passing that nice round number quickly. Max 17 following on Avi Cantor's heels. Following as well. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Max saying bam, and then go, mach sie frisch. Lucy translated is go get them, Tiger, or go take them down. Go for a loser's 3-bet. Gonna fold to another raise. Not great. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. I'll try my best, Max. Thank you very much for the follow. Hang on, it's possible that Lily needs some food. Right. Nope. All right, so let me take a look at the baby pictures. I cannot show those on screen. First of all, for obvious reasons and also for other reasons. Oh. Okay, you didn't lie, the sniper. Ooh. Yeah. The title of the email being super cute baby photo is almost an understatement. Nice. I'm very happy for you, mate. 2K followers indeed. 2K in one. Pretty incredible. So let's see, what's the date? April the 17th. So I started streaming on, I think a year ago on February the 6th. Wait, now I need to check up on that because incidentally, that's Lily's birthday. Just, this year, not last year. Is that true? That'd be an amazing coincidence. Yeah. Wow. How cool is that? Lily was born exactly 1 year after my first day of streaming. Huh. Get raised here. I don't know. Honestly, kind of feels like a fault. Don't have that much connectivity there. The gap really hurts the hand. Let me check that out. Was it queen? Queen 10. So no gets called. So slight misplay, slight misstep by me there. Is that correct? Yeah, single suited. Yeah, that is correct. So the queen 10-7-7 for future reference on the button. If you open it, you're fool calling. Don't you go scratching up my screen. We'll have words, Lily. We'll have to have words. Defending here sounds alright, I guess. Pretty strong. Just got a call. Cheers, guys, for the cheers about the 2K. Appreciate it. You all helped. Yep. You didn't help. All of you made this possible, period. Really? Okay, I guess. Beaten by Jack 7, 10s, which is super unlikely, and Jacks, which is not impossible. Okay, never mind. We're good. Guess he didn't have a 7 then either. Maybe an overpair with like a 9-8 or something that actually gained showdown value there. Let's see. No, aces. The aces part was correct though. All right. Nice hand. You're right, famous German scientist. That's exactly how I won the challenge. He could have made the straight flush or needed that 10. So I think he had an open-ended straight flush. So he had like what, 2 4 outs? Call it 8%. Yeah, you're right. The Phil Galfond special. The Galfond special. This a hand I'm lost about. I'm gonna call it, but I'm gonna check it out. It's one of these hands that I don't have down yet, if I'm allowed to call here or not. And it is technically still the under the gun, even with one player missing. So we are up against a decent range. We flop alright though. Oh, Barry, I like this song. I haven't heard that one in ages. Welcome to the playlist. I like the riff or whatever it's called, like the melody, like what's being teased at right now. Pots it. Not folding with the 7 in my hand. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Are we allowed to call? It is close. What was our exact hand? It's really close. And it's veering on the side of nope. The ace queen single suited 9-8 is where it stops. Not even the 9-7, certainly not the 8-7. Ooh. A little gray mouse. But we took it down. So that part is nice. I mean, it's not a huge blunder, but still. Max saying 2 million potential PLO players quit stars. Oh, 2K, so all the followers, I guess you mean. Quit stars, join RIO. Couldn't have said it better myself. And you know, I'm biased in favor of round ones for sure. But I try to be objective whenever I talk about this stuff. You really should. Or at the very least, not to make the shilling too obvious, join any other site. Okay. What to do? So I don't want to move the camera. I don't want to... Hang on, maybe if I move really slow. That'll work for me. Uh-oh, I might be blind in a moment. Wait, there you go. Lilly, willst du wieder runter? I don't know if she wants to come down or not. Beautiful turn. In case you can hear me, I'll try to get the mic a little closer. Well, how perfect is this, man? It's a great spot for you, Lily. Wait, are we making something here? Yeah, we are. We're making the nuts. That's cool. We have bluffs here. We have missed hearts with like a 9 or an 8. Might be good enough to go for the bluff, so we're certainly going to go for pot size. Yeah, continuing on that... snap fold. So he was bluffing. Continuing that thought about stars and not playing on stars, if you play the micros, as I'm fond of saying, rake is your biggest enemy, so rake back is your biggest friend. find a site if you're not, if run it once doesn't do it for you. Find a site that offers rakeback, but you will be hard pressed to find with the volume most of us can put in. Even me as a full-time player, I'm not gonna get like huge rakeback deals for putting in a lot of volume at PLO 10, PLO 20, and other sites. So run it once is legitimately one of the top choices, if not the top choice for rakeback. Oh, hang on, I think she wants to come down. You couldn't scratch up the whole thingy that yeah. Swell. Ooh. Ja, was machst du denn? I don't know, I got like mixed signals there. She was meowing, as in I don't like it, but on the other hand, she was hanging on to the top of my chair there really tightly, so So no choice but to call with the flush draw here. I reckon also on the 5 and 6 we can bluff with the 8s. My CD apparently. Oh, he's that short? Damn, then I could have just shoved it in on the turn. And that'll do it for you, man. My CD apparently so. Here, Lily, come. Right, let's wait. No, he raised it. Didn't see that. Oh well. No, we made our bet. We're not folding. It looks super strong, so we got that going for us. Oh. All right, now you can all call. And we just win. We just quadruple up. Oh. Oh, no. Nice. Sha. Zamming it up. That was all right. Any point in calling here? I get, you know what, actually, yeah, I think so. Again, 3 extra big blinds in the middle. This, by the way, what Sarah did there shouldn't be a thing at all. In case that's something you would consider doing, shoving with the kings here, don't. This is lighting money on fire. You are going to be in horrible shape a lot. Speaking of horrible shape, this is not going to do much for us. Here, a weird bet size where we're going to call. Well, this is not taking forever at all. Oh, okay. And with that, we're back to the land of the break-even. Betting here, there's still plenty of things you can call with. 2-pair, low straight, pair and an open-ender. So don't mind at all. The first song you ever bought is Tuno. You do better than I do in that regard. And the first CD, at least, I ever bought was a DJ Bobo CD. The second one was Trance Nation, though. So that's when I made the switch to the real electronic music, at least in my mind. Taste is subjective, however. We could still call, honestly, after 2 checks. We're good. I don't see what we get called by that we beat at this point. So, meh. Don't mind checking it down. Here, I don't mind coming in for a raise, no matter what happens in front. Specifically because of the perfect sizing. Like this much better than had he bet smaller. A few Shazam there. I mean, at least given the tough pre-flop action against his hand, we're doing all right. Yeah, with the front at the backdoor flush draw, very happy to get it in at this point. And that clinches it, my friends, right? Oh, and he like a smack in the face in the end, making the straight two. That's always nasty. You would have, if you go like, oh man, I would have made the straight two. I feel for you, man. He had a decent enough hand, so that's fair. Misclick double up? By me? Oh yeah, oh right, by me. True. Didn't see the other guy. I had already 3-bet. With that, we're in Profitville. Population, us. Well, and Lily. Duffman Poker. I'm looking to help get me and you some more viewers. Gonna do a stream share if you're interested. I'm not entirely sure. It kind of feels like spam, Duffman Poker. No offense. I'm not sure what to say or what to think about it. I'm not entirely sure what the stream share is. But please don't advertise other streams in the channel without asking. No offense meant. Guess we just call. Especially when not even following. Yeah, that's a point. That's a good point too. I have a pretty sweet wrap here. And here we're gonna check. Another queen rolling off. But he didn't call all that quickly, so I think we're gonna go for another bet. Here we're gonna go for half pot. Get a quick fold. Yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. What with him taking a while to call. Kind of like it. Basically entirely based on the timing there. Oh, hello. Oh, perfect. Hey, Duffman, maybe it looks like you're new to Twitch, so I'm gonna assume no ill intentions there. So yeah. Oh, good. Kippery. No, not new cam, but new kitty. So I kind of open up the angle. So when, as of right now, where she's sitting in the window, when I'm playing with her, so she's on cam. I'm pandering to the masses. I'm going for the internet. Alles gut. Yeah, I'm pandering to the internet kitty crowd, which is, of course, humongous. Welcome back, mate. How's it going? In case you're wondering what I'm talking about, that little rascal. Who is definitely in a playful mood, apparently. Mainly for Lily, we hope, yeah. I'm not particularly keen on showing off my, my room and having to clean up more. In the past, my angle was, the part shown of my room was very carefully chosen to minimize the work I have to do. Just had to clear like very tiny part of my room in order to make it presentable. Na komm, Lilly. Not a great board. Just gonna check it. Yeah, just gonna check it down. Fair enough. Actually, I had us the whole time, so that's cool. Hey, you know what? I have a new plan for the rest of the night. How about this? I'm gonna walk the dog at some points in the not too distant future. So I'm gonna take a short break, like it's gonna be like 15-20 minutes. Instead of a raid, we'll host somebody this time. So if you want, then you can be pulled right back onto this channel. I don't know why I went for the Hollywood right back there. I don't know. Anywho, it happened. And then maybe we'll yeah, you know what? I'll bring with me a beer or maybe two, maybe three. And we play some PLO 10 and, well, at the beginning we play some PLO 20. And once I feel the beer taking an effect, we'll move down and just dunk around a little. Can even cut down the delay. So we have an easier time talking. Yeah. This is probably fine. I didn't really think about it, to be honest. Well, at this point I'm not folding, but I'm certainly going to check the spot out in the matrix. Oh, bummer. Hang on, Lily. We're going to continue playing. We have a few spots. Right, with the backdoor flush as well, we're not folding. We're certainly behind right now. Hoping he doesn't have a king. Shit, you got unlucky, sir. Wow. Well, that was good. Well, for us at least. Jesus. And here, yeah, we're shoving. Not loving it, obviously. Which would be good. Would be, it wouldn't be unjustified if we lose this one, yeah. Seeing how lucky we got there. Oh. Damn. I'm sorry, man. You had us banked right. And would you look at this? We got this spot. Yeah, sure. Please. All right, hearts. No, he made two pair. King, 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 king. All right. Oh, wait, was that large? Are you shitting me? All good things come to an end, I guess. Nice answer. Well, that's a brutal one to lose, but yeah, I have no leg to stand on when it comes to complaining about anything. Just a pity the pot was that large. Oh well. Nice hand. Meaning we're breaking even after this huge one. Was a $90 pot, 90 Euro pot, excuse me. Nee. Darfst du gar nicht gucken. Yeah. No scratching up my chair. Jesus Christ. The jumps are amazing. Oh, brother. Sure, closing action. It's not great, but whatever. Actually, I don't know. Kippery, you fold this closing action here? You're not doing great, I would say, on the whole. Could actually be. No biting in my headphone cord either. Actually, I think she needs a break. Her tongue was kind of hanging out there. Let's take a break, Lily. I appreciate the Shazam, but it's going to be followed by a sad spot in a moment. But, you know, we got it in the aces. What more can we ask for? That's pretty much the succession of feelings I experienced there. Riding the roller coaster today, yeah, for sure. Are we good here by any chance? Nice. All right, I went and did a thing and kind of made an overcall here when it was 3-bet already. Not flopping too shabby though. Hold it. I guess we're... Jeez. Fuck are you doing that? Was wird denn das? Come here. She really likes that spot, but what I don't like is her scratching up the ladder too much. Do we go for the bluff? Kind of not feeling it. This PLO seems easy. Yeah, well, that was a bunch of suckouts right there. Was machst du denn für einen Unfug? Hm? Yo. Have a rest. Sorry about that. All right, yeah, here's the plan. I'm gonna roll a cigarette. Play the last orbit for a few minutes. And I'm gonna take the walk for a dog. Wait, what? I'm gonna take the dog for a walk. Oh, that's interesting. And host Jamie C in the meantime, who's playing more PLO. And when I come back, I'll bring a few beer and we'll talk around a little. How's that sound? And you know, that's provided that that Lily hasn't trashed the entire room by the time I come back. Which in the mood she is right now feels like a distinct possibility. We get a call, which is amazing. Because it means we're always good. Well, not necessarily. It could be the 5-3. Didn't think of that. But meh, not really. Would have bet the turn. She is coming out of her shell for sure. Actually, I didn't tell that. Lovely little detail. She slept beside me this night. Not the whole night. Like when I fell asleep, she went back to her corner. But I woke up a bunch of times tonight. Well, like today, I got woken up a bunch of times, and Lily was there, like climbing around on the bed. Sometimes just laying next to me. That was the one time she didn't wake me. But I did do one thing correctly, I felt. She was, meowing and waking me up, meowing a little bit. I think she was hungry. I didn't get up and feed her. I know, but you can't really do that. That sets a bad precedence. And I knew she had enough food and she had eaten before I went to bed. And, it wasn't like she was starving me either. Once I really was ready to get up, I fed her and she only had a few bites before commencing playtime. But yeah, as cute as they are, you're gonna hate life if you let them wake you. If what they learn from this moment is, okay, if I wake this guy up, he gives me food. Yeah, that's not really how I want it to go. Egbert, hey, thank you for the good lucks. Check it out, Egbert. Yeah, we're gonna go on a short break here, Egbert. Gonna host Jamie for a few moments. Really, that's a better kicker now. Okay. And when I come, apparently we're gonna play another orbit. And when I come back, we're gonna dunk around a little more. I'm gonna bring a beer or two with me, and we're gonna play some PLO 20 beginning, and then step down to PLO 10 and just dunk around. And catch a splash. I feel like a splash is coming our way till later today. Carly ones with the open ender, I guess. Oh, that's neat. Here disguised hand too. Not many 3-4s out there. Blind, even blind versus blind. At least not from the small blind, I would say. Wait, are you muting me? No, but it was close to that button. Boy, was it close. Hey, good to hear. Things are good on your end, Egbert. Yes, exactly. That is the plan right there off the bar. Just these few more hands. Cause damn it, I paid for that big blind. I am stingy like that. On the other hand, I do post sometimes, so you make of that what you will. I guess now it's sleepy time over there. Yeah, and Egbert, I know you're going to be wondering about it. The reason for the new camera angle is Lily. Going for the cat crowd on the internet, never a bad idea. And tomorrow we're going to have a sort of dedicated Lily cam as well. Because why not? Refill the 4CL glass. Need a bigger glass, mate. That'll be evaporated by the time I get back. Even though I'll only be gone for like 20 minutes at most. Okay, last hand. It's playable. No, last hand unless somebody sits out again. Yeah, and right now we're either mostly 1 buy-in or 1.5 buy-ins in profit, somewhere in the neighborhood. All right. Let's head over to Jammy C, host him, and yeah, you heard about the plan, so I don't need to repeat myself. I'll be back in like 20 minutes. If you want, then, stick around for the host. Jammy C is a nice fella. Plays a 8-game tournament as well currently, and runs cash games. I reckon he's going to play PLO 50 normally. Yeah, and if you want, then I'll unhost like 20 minutes, and you'll be pulled back automatically to this channel, if you want. Until then, thanks for tuning in. I am very grateful that so many of you decided to spend some time with me. Cheers. See you in a few. Now that would have been a good point in time to hit that button. All right. Now I got it. See you soon.